Hello, I am finally back with an art video. I really need to get back on track with my YouTube content. But let's not delay too much. In this video, I'm going to be drawing logos for a few friends of mine. The first logo I'm going to be drawing is for Felix the Illusionix. This was made at 3 a.m. Because he just DM'd me and told me, okay, I kind of want to rename myself, but I also would need a new logo and fix a few things. So I'm like, I gotcha. I actually had a very clear idea of what I wanted. Spoiler alert, I am fully aware that I'm fully aware now that I forgot one letter as I was writing this. But as you can see, I made this, I drew this by hand. So there was a little issue that he told me a few weeks after he got the design. But still, I did the finished, currently being used logo has the missing eye, anything. But in the video, there is not that there isn't that fix. Anyway, I sketched the thing. I did use one file that I already had, the sketch for the chain, because that was hard to draw and I was lazy. I don't remember if I actually put that, if I actually kept that. But he is a puppet master, VTuber, so I kept the card, and the X is actually made of wood, just like the puppets. I also kept the hat on his design that I put on top of the eye, and the other seeds of the cards on the T and the E. I think I actually changed them after I was working on the line art. I did use the mirror mode for a lot of these letters because I kind of knew what I wanted. I wanted to keep a more or less similar font to the original one, but I also could not draw that perfectly. So I use that so much. Here I am just moving around the letters a little bit, trying to figure out how to make everything fix. I did use a 3x4 canvas for this one. I probably should have done with a 9/16, but I'm also not sure if that would have fixed them. So here I'm just picking the colors and just figuring out how I want it to look. I did not want to go too far from the original design, so I kept the gradient and alternated the red and the black aside for the card and the X. So it was quite easy to just color the whole thing once it was done, and I'm honestly very happy of the result. And here's the finished design without the little fixer. The next logo is for Loler. We've been friends for quite a while. It's been almost a year and a half, I think. Maybe it's already been a year and a half. I'm not sure myself. But he's a great friend. Please support him. I just decided to draw something for him. In this case, a logo. I did put in this design, I went with a simple lettering. I put the little fox necklace that he has, and the flower that he has on his hair, as well as the color. If you follow him on Twitch, please do support both him and Felix. You will know that he's been obsessed with a specific asset of his. The design is very simple. I didn't have much a lot to work with. He didn't request anything fancy, specifically anything fancy. He did actually say, just deal with it. It's your idea to do that for me, so you think about it. And I did. I am actually quite happy with how it turned out to be honest. And he was happy with it, so I'm glad. I'm always glad when my friends appreciate the silly little heart that I do, even if I don't actually love to be appreciated for that. I still cannot accept compliments very easily. I am not gonna lie, I love how the little details on this design turned out to be. They really just make the whole design stand out. I kept the lettering with the red and black colors from Lola's hair, and I just used the usual pink for the flowers. And I'm not gonna lie, I love the whole concept that he has, so it really stands out, and that really helps this logo to look as good as it is. I also did forget to sketch the ears. As I finished the logo, I did ask him like, okay, this is the finished one. Do you want me to also add your ears, because I kind of forgot, and I ended up doing that afterwards, after the whole coloring process of the design and the color, the flowers and the necklace was done. I also added that part. And here I am just sketching them. I made these separated to the design instead of just adding them immediately. Just color them, and the liner, the color, and all of that. I added these aside, and I decided to put these just on the L's instead of having a full design, and I think it turned out very cute, to be honest. I really like how the whole thing looks now. The next design is a recent one. I made this for a recent friend, and he actually never agreed to have me draw a logo for him, mainly because it told me, I'm broke, I feel bad if you give me art because I can't pay back. And I'm like, this is exactly why I'm drawing for you, because you cannot pay me back. So this is Chris, also known as Crispy Mercat on Twitch, and the idea that I had for this was very simple: Catboy, because that's the whole thing. That's the whole design. That's the whole concept, Catboy. So I made these as cat-like as possible. So the C is actually a cat with ears and the tail, and the little detail that I love of this logo, as it's very simple, but the A with the cat and the dead eyes was very cute. So I also put the eyes also on the C, I think. The M also has the cat tail, just so I can keep a little constant theme on both letters, even if they're like overlapping. And I did struggle a lot drawing the tail without having too many imperfections with the line art, so I just ended up drawing like the full thing and just go with the flow. The lettering is very inconsistent. I kept a very like how do you even call it? Very colorful lettering, very groovy. A few letters like the S and the Y also have a little tail thingy, just to keep a constant just to keep a constant theme. And the colors are very simple. I just used two browns from the design, because Chris is the kind of streamer that just wanted to be very simple, very basic. So I wanted to make it something. So I wanted to make something very funny, despite keeping the whole thing very simple in as a whole. So here it is. And since we started with a Felix, let's also finish with another Felix. In this case, Felix Humbermain, another VTuber that I recently befriended, and he's super sweet, just like the other three that I talked about. Um, he actually told me that when I texted him, do you want to design a logo? He actually told me, oh, I actually tried to design one myself, but if you want, this is what kind of character I am. This is the idea that I had. So I kept the paint, the brush from the design that he sent me, and I was like, okay, what do I do? And my brain is just got stuck on the idea of trying to draw the design as a graffiti. So I actually struggled to find a good reference. And I actually think I did very good with the whole thing. It looks very, very messy as a whole thing. You can't exactly read very well the letters, but he loves it, and it told me like it really like feels like my character, so I'm happy with that. Because I got worried as I finished the design. I'm like, okay, I love it. It looks great, but I'm scared he might not like it because you don't exactly read the letters. But he does. It did, still does, and I'm very happy about that. So he's also a bunny VTuber, so I added the ears on the side, and I asked him, "Do you want the color from your design?" Like, yes, I want it. I need it. So here's the sketch. The character that Felix described it to me as his own VTuber is like an artist and a heart stealer. So that's why I put a few hearts on the lettering and the brush alongside of the color and the bunny ears. I am, to be honest, I think this is one of my best designs so far for logos because it's very, very unique. And even if you don't exactly see the name, you see the personality of the character, I guess. So I'm very, very happy with how it turned out to be. I will admit that I struggled a little bit with the color and with the coloring of this whole thing because I wanted everything to stand out, and I also did not know how to make it stand out like without using white and black because I try to avoid using those colors as the border of my designs, mainly because that way you risk to not see the design. But I still managed to figure that out though.